On YouTube, it's your boy King Say something. I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're on ways. Watch the full video. 2 more days till my birthday.
Some bad news for Detroit's #1 defensive player of the year. All-Star JR is going to prison. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. Quick pause, because this might actually qualify you one ass. Go through those steps. Dollar bring it out. Top of their possession of a firearm is now scheduled for July 6th, and it would show the federal paperwork, literally showing 9 a.m. This shit's gonna happen, and the estimated trial time is gonna be 3 days. Now, comments about a 1% chance trial proceeds.
This is prime example of when bragging goes wrong. Like you be bragging. I mean, you had the right to, but we all know. Like when you come to bragging, bruh, it always come back. It always comes back, bro. Like, yeah, they were in the wrong for trying to rob you. You were in the right for defending yourself. We're going bragging about it, starting to dance, dropping music after the fact. Smart move, but dropping music. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't want to say like he was wrong, cause you were in the right, but it's like again, bragging, it always backfires.
That soon, and a 99% chance it will be adjourned. And this is the thing, this whole shit happened, the shooting, in April, and trial is already set. There's not much reason for it to be delayed because there isn't an overwhelming amount of new evidence that they're going to be able to bring showing that he didn't have a gun. Now, taking a quick look at the criminal complaint, this happened back on April 8th, 2026. Now, skipping through all the paperwork, this is a photo of All-Star JR hitting the Motown Boogie as he is firing. You can see all the fire coming out of that. And I'm going to be careful about how I scroll through this because you can see BEN10 slumped on the floor, completely blurred out, but you know, YouTube will demonetize that in 2 seconds because the YouTube bots will assume it's a dead guy. Now you can also see JR apparently chasing. It says John Doe #2 and others run out of the frame towards the elevator. JR continues shooting as everyone is running away and shoots additional rounds at John Doe #2's direction. This right here is going to be one of the main things that they're.
I was just about to say that because like it's one thing you defending yourself against the perpetrator or whatever, but like like it's this part. You shooting, everyone's running away, and you still just five. Like you could have harmed so many other people besides the person who robbed you. That's when you went wrong. And then two, once the threat is over, you gotta stop. You cannot continue going when the threat is done.
Gonna say is he didn't need to do. If you've defended yourself as a felon, the second that threat is neutralized, you can no longer possess that gun. So you can't go and chase after whoever else was present just because you feel tried. And you're
That goes for anybody. That's like it's supposed to be like that for officers too. Like their thing is, even though for us it's over pill. You know, when it can be one officer, you gave them the whole clip. We think, oh, no, that's overkill. No, what I learned in training, security training at least, is that they keep firing until the threat is done. So long as you standing, they're gonna keep firing. When you hit the ground, then they're gonna stop. That's how it goes. Like it sounds crazy though, but hey, I should have again a police officer showed us a video. An officer he got into I said altercation with a suspect, right? He got into an altercation with the suspect. He shot him one time. The guy, big dude, probably like my size, two more, like a little bit more bigger. Fell, hit the ground. The dude still had enough strength to lift his arm up and fire one time. Bam! It hit the. It sounds crazy. I know, like nigga, you lying, but I swear this was in the video. The officer got hit in the hand while he was standing like this because he never moved. He like, after the guy hit the ground, he stood there still. He never moved. So the guy, the suspect, fired one time while the officer was still standing like this. It hit in between his hand, or it hit the hand, and traveled through his arm, and went all the way to hit his heart, and died.
Prideful or you're angry because now you're a felon in possession. Now this picture right here kind of seals the deal. Ford, JR, returns to where BEN10 is lying motionless on his back. This right here,
and this is what if you would have ended him, this would have been over pill right here. Like, nigga, he can't even move, bro. And you're standing out with him doing this. Well, I care to work.
Motionless, it's not even letting me highlight it, so now I just look stupid. Motionless on his back, and fires another 2 rounds at BEN10 from a few feet away. BEN10's body jolts suddenly as 1 round appears to strike him before going motionless again. Now that is a savage picture. If I was Allstar JR and I miraculously beat that case, I would make that a t-shirt, a portrait. I'd get it painted, put it up on my wall. The day they tried to rob me and I stood over them and fired into them, right? So they're saying
I wouldn't do that, bro, because again, yes, you have the right to, be happy but that you survived that situation, but it's already a rapper who lost their life doing that. Like, he survived the situation, him and his girl. He tried to go back, stand in this person's, probably all their ketchup, we're gonna say, mixed together, because it was all in one room. But he's standing in it taking a picture of it. I think his family or his loved ones, whatever, his friends, whoever, the person that he unalived, came back and got him. Nigga, you're doing too much, bro. You took the. It's already like, all right, you got the homie, bro. You took his life. Now you want to clown about it? Come on, bro. Look, they got all the rappers who made diss tracks. That's public humiliation. Somebody gonna come get you for that. Don't do that.
saying BEN10 was paralyzed off the first shot. When he initially got shot standing up, paperwork says he immediately hit the floor. Allstar JR chases the other ones to the elevator, firing. Whatever hits whoever. I think they said the other kid that got hit, whatever his name was, Dead End Ron. Finger got shot off. He's leaking out in the elevator bad. They had a whole blood trail from the elevator to the parking lot where they found him. So he got hit bad. I think got hit in the artery in the leg, but somehow survived. Then JR comes back and stands over BEN10, firing 2 more times, one of them making his body jolt as he's hit by the bullet. This right here, I don't know how they could defend this.
Can't.
Because of the fact that he wasn't a threat. And again, you can only defend yourself as a felon if you're about to die. Like if there's no other option than to get that gun and use it. But at the point that there is no longer a threat, if you continue possessing that weapon, you're a felon in possession. BEN10 was clearly not a threat as his whole shit shut down, and he still stood over and shot him on video. All right, I really got to finesse this next part so I don't show y'all something I don't want to see, because BEN10's laid out on the picture above and in this picture. But in this picture, you can see JR clearly right here, and his arm is extended and he's firing again. And the paperwork would state, JR paces around the floor for approximately 8 seconds as the female he was with attempts to interact with him. JR then fires another round at NBA BEN10 in his direction and exits the frame towards the elevators. So after standing over him and shooting into his fucking body and shooting a second time, JR walked away or just paced around, and for 8 seconds he thought about, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Fuck that. Boom! And it fires again before leaving. But
I mean, if he got a good paid lawyer, he probably will be able to use, like, all right, trauma. You feel me? Because whether you think about it or not, living in the hood, going through what people go through, that's trauma. That's why, like, somewhat people get numb to the shit. Like think about it. Bangers, right? When they lose their friends, right? They lose their friend, they still go back to the hood, standing in the same exact spot that a friend has just lost, and like it doesn't even affect them like it should. That shows you some type of trauma it has happened. Like that moment should not be normal. You should not be numb. You should be still affected by that, but you're not. That shows trauma. That's a mental thing. A great lawyer will be able to use that. Like Allstar Jr. This is a person who was born in the hood, been potty shot, been through whatever he's been through. That's hood trauma. In this moment, he probably can say, all right, he thought if he left this man alive, him and the crew that he is part of, and he is known to be a part of, is going to come back and get him. Being from the hood, you know that. If you do something to somebody, you gotta end them, because if you don't, they're gonna come back and end you. I wanted to be a lawyer, but it's too much paper with that shit. But see, a great lawyer would have been able to use that in like real like evidence of this shit. I can just say it, but a lawyer would never knew the evidence in a court case to back up what they're saying. Because there are court cases. That's the thing. Like when it comes to court, there are previous court cases that are just like this one that somebody else got off on. That your great lawyer will be able to use as evidence of showing, hey, you can't watch this person up. You didn't even watch them up.
20 seconds later, he comes back, still holding the gun. JR points it at NBA BEN10 again. This is the third time he stood over him, who appears to still be unconscious. JR appears to attempt to fire another round, but the handgun slide appears locked back, indicating it's out of ammunition. So JR, you can see the slides locked back. You can see the barrel right there. JR didn't just stand over him. He stood over him 3 different times. Shot him twice, or at least 2 different times. I don't even know how many times he shot him. He shot and then he jerked and then he leaned over the table after pacing around and tried to shoot him again. I don't know if it actually hit him. And then he came back again, probably tried to finish him, but there was no more bullets in the gun. He stood over BEN10 3 different times, and somehow this kid's still alive. And that
look at what he did. That shows you the nigga. I mean, he did what he did, but like a nigga ain't a complete savage. Because if he was, I don't even want to say how I want to say it because it's YouTube, but come on, bro.
At this point in time, JR would stand over BEN10 and strike him in the face with the gun, pistol whipping him while he's on the floor. On video, they were able to capture JR wiping the handgun down before hiding it behind this counter right here. And this is going to be his main defense. His defense is going to be, look, I didn't leave with the gun. I didn't keep the gun. I just wiped it off and I left it there where no one could see it so nobody could grab it and try to use it against me. But where he's fucked, and why I say he's going to prison, is because there was no longer a threat when he stood over BEN10, shooting him, shooting at him, attempting to shoot him again, and pistol whipping him.
The movie Felon is prime example of how bad that shit was. This person, yeah, if y'all seen the movie Felon, the guy ran into his house, the homeowner chased him out, he got him in the grass, he smacked him back in the head, and he went to jail. Because you can't do that. You cannot harm nobody when the threat is over. The threat is them coming. Like if he got him inside the house while he was trying to do something, that's different because he's still in your house. You don't know what he's here for. You don't know who this person is. You don't know what their footage came to do. None of that. That's different. Versus somebody leaving. That means, hey, I came for something, but I don't want it no more. I'm leaving. You cannot stop them. You cannot harm them.
And Through that entire time, even though if you count it up, if it's only like a minute and 30 seconds, that's still a minute and 30 seconds of a felon in possession of a firearm. There was no threat. There was no need. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I honestly feel like if you can be released from prison, you should have your rights back. Or there should be some type of probationary period, like a parole, in which you're released from prison, and if in set amount of years you don't get in trouble again, all rights should be back.
You can, but you gotta go. You gotta go back to court, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. A lot of times, the court case that you have, yeah, you got them, but a lot of them you can get dropped down after a certain amount of years. For like felonies, like certain felonies, you can get dropped down to like misdemeanors, and or misdemeanors drop down to exposure or whatever, or suspension, whatever it's called. But you got to go back to court to do that, and a lot of people don't do that. Everything. I had a felony. I had a felony for robbery. I got to drop down to strong arm robbery, even though it's still the same. It's still robbery, but a felony. It's a misdemeanor. That's how I'm able to do the job that I'm doing. You got to go back to court. If you don't, then they're not going to just do it for you.
Because you've proved that you've beat the recidivism rate. Because I beat the statistics. Realistically, I was released from prison. I haven't gone back. I beat the statistics. Most people go back within a set amount of time. I think it's within like 3 years. So if you can last a certain amount of time, you should be given your rights back. You should always be able to defend yourself with zero stipulation at all. You disarmed an attacker, saved your own life, saved your...
Nah, I think, sorry for pausing, but if anything, he should get, shit, I guess assault. Assault. Yeah, because the possession of it, you only got possession of it because you got it from somebody who was trying to harm you. But it's like you just went too far. You went too far, so you got to get assault. I wouldn't, nah, because you stood over somebody, bro.
Your property that you worked for. I believe that. So do I agree with this? No. Don't take it as I think he should go to prison. I don't. But I think he will. Now, as we saw from what Remo posted, trial date has been set. They're ready to go. Like I said, I don't see what there is to fight in the situation. I don't see how he's going to be able to be like, hey, you know, I was still defending myself when I stood over him and pistol whipped him and this and that. And I'm glad he's not facing additional charges for that shit. That's also pretty fucking crazy. And then Hot Wheels, BEN10 got shot right after this. Yeah. According to the news, Baton Rouge rapper BEN10 identified as one of 3 shot on Wells Street. BEN10, a known associate of fellow Baton Rouge rapper NBA Youngboy, was shot in Baton Rouge on Tuesday, just over a month after he was shot in Houston. Real name Ben Anthony Fields was identified as one of 3 people injured in the shooting on Wells. Fields and the other 2 people were taken to a hospital in a private vehicle. In early April, he was shot in Houston. Just some advice for BEN10. If you're getting shot in every state you go to, you need to just sit the fuck down and stop hanging out with certain people, bro. Because you're getting hit in cities that ain't yours, and then you're getting hit in your...
I think that one was like a dumbass situation. I think he dropped his locations. I can't remember. I think that's what happened. I think he dropped his location. Like, talking shit, to somebody and then dropped his load. I think that's what happened. But still, it's like, but he don't. BEN10 has a mindset, nigga. Like it's bang, it's bang. That's it. Streets and nothing else. And when it's sad, like nigga, you are well known. You do music. You're part of NBA Youngboy's camp. Like nigga, them are 3 things that can make you so much money. Nigga, I would have been on YouTube, streaming, dropping merch, music. Nigga, you probably the only one that's having NBA Youngboy, nigga, whether he's either doing something in your stream or whether he's just there. Like, nigga, he ain't even gotta say nothing, nigga, he just be in the background. Nigga, that's what how motherfuckers tap in, right there. Like, you the only, you would have been, or you could be the only streamer who has NBA Youngboy in his content, damn, you can say all the time. All you gotta do is just be around the nigga. And his fans gonna eat that up because they get to see the nigga. niggas be having the potential to make a lot of fucking money. Niggas don't even know how to fucking use it. Niggas want to go waste that shit and throw their life away for the streets. The streets will never love you, bro. Look, the streets has took so many friends from you, and you still want to love it.
Our own city. And I don't even know how he survived this one, because he already got put in a wheelchair, and then he got shot out his wheels in Baton Rouge. And I'm not saying this shit to be funny. I'm saying this shit to be fucking serious, homie. Sit down, figuratively, literally, like, get the fuck away from people, bro, because you just keep catching shots and shit is not going smooth for you. But as far as Allstar JR, I believe he's going to prison. He's facing up to 15. If they give him a deal, he could walk with maybe 5 or less years, because that's usually the average for a felon in possession of a firearm. But if he fails to accept that plea, if he's even been offered one, he could face a whole lot more. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me.